Hey guys, wanted to record a movie I checked out last night from '78 that I've heard of my whole life but never checked it out or had really had any desire to. I knew there was an animated series in the '90s or early 2000s from Fox Kids, but the one I had mostly heard about and seen the cover for was the one with George Clooney from '88 because I'd seen it in like a bunch of packs with like Elvira and a lot of B movies from the '80s. But that's the cover I had always thought of when I thought of Attack of the Killer Tomatoes or whatever. So I was at FYE and I think this is on sale, and it was the first MVD Rewind collection that I had seen out in the wild in person. So I decided to pick it up. It was on sale for 20 or cheaper. But yeah, I figured I'd try out the transfer and all that, see what was up with it. You know, finally check out the movie. It is loaded with features, which I'll get into. But as far as the movie goes, essentially it's like a spoof, like Airplane style, or like The Naked Gun or Scary Movie, kind of with 50s sci-fi movies like that. Like so, and I even watched some of the features. They said they were spoofing a lot of stuff like Godzilla and all that, which you see a big reference to with this like Asian guy. It was this really funny scene because the mouth obviously isn't matching his dubbing, and he sounds like the most American dude ever. And it was really funny, but these tomatoes are growing into huge size and killing everybody in the town. And this guy named Mason Dixon is forming this huge elite team that are just, the people are like, looks ridiculously goofy and stupid. So I mean, right off rip, it's meant to be really stupid and goofy. You're not supposed to take it serious at all. It's it's definitely just really goofy. There's nothing intense, freaky, or anything like that about it. It's just a straight up spoof. Like, that's what you should get from the name and the cover, though. But if you, like I said, if you like Airplane and Naked Gun and just like the really silly, like slapstick almost in your face stupidity humor, this may be the movie for you. I mean, the tomatoes look completely fake, although there are some really good effects with like reverse photography or whatever, where the tomatoes are going upstairs and all that and moving around the sink and all that. Really well done as far as that goes. And then there's some shots where when the tomatoes are like the size of like cars or whatever, that look really bad. But it adds to the charm. Like, there's one scene where it's like these miniatures during like a big battlefield on the streets, and you could tell that it's a miniature set. Thought that was done really well. And one thing I gotta say too is this was filmed or came out in '78, but this looks like it came out in like '71 or '72. It looks a lot older than what it actually is. But I think that's just because of how low budget it was. I heard it was made for less than 100,000, and but it made like over 500,000 in the theaters, so it was a moderate success. But yeah, I heard that they didn't really think anything of it after the fact. Then 10 years later, this was shown on some show or something, and then the people came and told the creator, we want a sequel, so that's why they made the George Clooney one, which I am going to order soon. It's going to be on the way. I'm going to check it out. I'm more excited to check that one out after watching this. It was just a really fun movie, like a turn your brain off, kind of goes by quick movie, although the middle part of it does kind of drag. Like, the jokes do wear kind of thin, I will say that. I mean, it's less than an hour and a half, so I mean, it is what it is. But as far as like this actual release goes for this movie, it looks beautiful. There was a lot of scenes that looked really beautiful. There's one scene where it's like the water, where it's like a Jaws scene almost, where these girls are swimming and these tomatoes are attacking them in the ocean. That's the worst looking scene. I mean, there's just like, you could see like these green line or whatever. I don't know what it would be called in the print, but there's some really bad print damage during that scene. But everything else, like a lot of the stuff in the fields and the end, everything looked really crisp and clear, really bright. I thought the transfer was amazing. Love the transfer. So, you know, if you're questioning these MVD Rewind collection movies, I definitely would pull the trigger on them. If any of them are, to judge picture-wise, as good as this are, because this was done really well. I really love the picture quality. Comes in like a little clear case, and you get the DVD on one side, Blu-ray on the other side. It does come with a little mini poster, which I did hung up. You can't really see it, but I got the little mini poster hung up on my wall that comes with it. And you got to give MVD Rewind props. They actually, with that packaging, they got like Please Be Kind Rewind stickers. Special collector edition sticker looks real faded and stuff, like an old VHS cover. So I really dig that they went that touch with it. But yeah, I'll go over the special features real quick. There's newly remastered 4K transfer, which I just got done saying look amazing. Original 2.0 mono audio. The audio was okay, was acceptable. Audio commentary from writer-director. 3 deleted scenes, 7 featurettes, Legacy of a Legend, which I did watch. That was one where I got a lot of back info on. I didn't watch all these. Crash and Burn, Famous Foul, Killer Tomato Mania, Where Are They Now, We Told You So, and Slave for Success, which are all varying in times from like 20 minutes to 4 minutes or whatever. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes original 8mm short film, which uses a lot of the same elements as the movie. And it actually has the theme song in it, which is cool, and that has an audio commentary for it. Gone with Babu Saland, original 8mm short that inspired Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, 32 minutes long with optional commentary on that. Original trailer, photo gallery, radio spots, Easter eggs, and a collectible poster. So it's loaded, man. This is like a criterion of a really BZ movie film, if you call it that. But yeah, really excited to check out Arrow's version of Return of the Killer Tomatoes, so we'll see how that is. I probably am not even going to bother with Killer Tomatoes Strike Back or Killer Tomatoes 8 France, just because I think after this and the 80s one, it'll be enough of that storyline for me. But yeah, glad to have it in the collection. Great first entry. I think it's the first. No, it's the second one in the MVD Rewind collection, but there's a few more I want to pick up. It's not going to be a line that I'm going to collect every one, like, because they've released a lot that I have no interest in. But I know this company has a few Jean-Claude Van Damme films I want to check out, and I know they put out Abominable, which I want to check out, and I think there was like a punk documentary that looked pretty good too. But yeah, really cool release. If you can find it for like 20 or less, definitely pick it up, especially if you're a fan of it. You definitely want this movie just for the 4K transfer alone. But anyways, guys, peace.